Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video we'll be going through a quick contents review of the high grade 12144 RX-78GP03S, also known as the Gundam GP03 Stamen. And this particular kit is from the Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust memory. I still call it an OVA because there are only 13 episodes back in the day. And this particular kit was released back in 2001. So it's at least 2 decades old. So, being a content review, the box has already been flat packed and packed away, but everything is still pretty much as it was in the box. And I thought I'd quickly do the stamen off the back of these Aphranthes for Burnian. So here we have the front of the manual for the Stamen, with a very nice shot of the front of the Stamen, equipped with the shield and beam rifle in the very typical Universal Century manual format. It's very nice to see. Nice collars. Definitely would have had some professional, well, not necessarily professional, but extra work done. But anyway, front of the manual of the Stamen, and some extra information there as well. Back of the manual, just some different shots of the Stamen with some of its various equipment, and the colour guide at the bottom. Now, being 2001, everything was well and truly still Japanese. In terms of the inside, so similar to what we saw in the GP01 FB. So one page has been dedicated to going through the various armaments and specs of the Stamen, whilst the other page just has some line art, and I suspect this is probably just some backstory about the Stamen. There may be an actual reference to the remaining dendrobium component. Not too sure, given that everything is in Japanese. But yes, one of these days I wouldn't mind the actual proper full dendrobium setup, but I do appreciate it is not a small kit. In terms of the build, or before we look at the build, the runners that were included back in the day, which we will see in a moment. As for the build, it was a very typical build of the era. Use of polycabs, different joints, so it did have some mobility by the end of the build, compared to kits of a decade or two even earlier than that. It should actually definitely be a very pleasant build. To my point earlier, the color accuracy will obviously not be 100%, but should still be fun to make a color accurate. So that was the manual. The small sticker sheet that was included, which is very surprising for a kit of this time that the sticker sheet is that small. So it's pretty much just lenses, eyes and things like that. As for the runners, multicolor A runner, bit of white, bit of red, bit of yellow and a bit of blue. Despite the kit being 20 years old, it does have a surprising degree of detailing. I mean, look at the bottom of those feet alone. So this will definitely be fun to detail on. Also bits of the head there as well. So that's the A runner. If I can put it somewhere. B runner in white. So definitely bits for the Stamen as well as bits for the core flyer. Now the beam saber will definitely need some degree of color correction, given it was just the one piece back in the day. So that's the B runner. We have 2 C runners, which are carbon copies of each other, both in white. So this will be parts of the left side, the right side, so basically your left and your right of the limbs, as well as parts of the shield. So we have a few of those. And you can also see some of that detailing in the leg panels. One G runner in grey. Definitely be bits and pieces of joints in here, but a lot of it will also be some of the armaments. It should be, I think there's a bazooka in there, beam rifle, at least. An E runner in grey. So we have 3 different sets of hand manipulators here, as well as most likely more joint pieces as well. Interesting just looking at these pieces at the very bottom with some of the detailing in those parts. And then lastly, we have a polycap in grey, PC123. So that brings us to the end of the very quick unboxing of the high grade 1-144 RX-78GP03S, aka Gundam GP03 Stamen. So surprisingly for a kit of its, well, for a 2001 kit, it actually surprisingly has a good number of runners on it. Good level of detailing. Definitely be panel lining options, so if the GP01 and the GP02 are any indication, this will be equally a fun build. And as I mentioned in the previous GP01 FB contents review, it will definitely be fun to finally get all of them done up. It's still one of my many goals that I would like to achieve, hopefully before the end of the 2020s. Thank you very much for watching this, well, not unboxing, but the contents review video. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this does help support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can also be found on my Instagram account. There'll be a link to that below. Stay safe and take care. I'll catch you all in a future video, which hopefully won't be a contents review video, but we'll see how things go. Timing hasn't been in my favor this past week. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next video.